been a few years since Lake Simcoe froze over this early in the year. Whitefish and trout season are due to open as of January the 1st, 2014, and this is a very popular spot to access the ice. During the wintertime, there are three major access points near the end of Big Bay Point: Bear Point, the government dock, and Big Bay Point itself, on the eastern tip of the peninsula itself. Ice conditions at Big Bay Point can be very unstable because it's where the bay, Campbell Bay, actually meets the main body of the lake. It's typically an area where a lot of pressure cracks develop, and there's a lot of pack ice from the early freezing and thawing and breaking up. During the early part of the freeze, it's very susceptible to strong winds. Today we tested the ice at Bear Point, and here's what we found.
Hi, I'm John White. You're watching Time on the Water Canada, and we're here at Bear Point. Now, I know nobody's anxious to actually go trout or whitefish fishing on January the 1st. We thought we'd come and test this spot here, and it's a pretty popular spot, so we just want to give you a general idea of how the conditions are. I'm here today with Brian and Terry and Mike and Roy, and we're going to drill a few holes. We don't expect much, to tell you the truth, but we'll give it a try anyway. So we're only 60-70 yards from shore. It gets pretty deep in a hurry here, so we'll drill our first hole here. We'll try another, maybe a couple of holes out there, depending on how far we get. Pretty quick. I would do a scoop either, eh? Okay, so we have 2.5 to 3 inches of black ice and then a bunch of compressed ice for a total of 6 inches. But really, the top 1.5 to 2 inches is just this mush. Not much to it at all. So probably the best part of 4 inches of reasonable ice, we'll call it. We're now a little more than 100 yards out, or meters, 10 yards either way. So we'll drill another hole here. About the same thing here. We have approximately, call it 2.5 to 3 inches of black ice, and then maybe another inch of so-so ice, and then this stuff on top, which just froze last night because of the -20 temperatures. We're now approximately 200 yards offshore, or in 60 feet of water approximately. So we'll drill a hole here. Oh, well, there's a little less black ice out here. There's not any really good black ice. There's some good quality ice. Again, we have about 2.5 to 3 inches of, we'll call, black ice, and then another inch of good ice before we get to this compressed snow. Again, and this just froze last night with the cold temperatures. So we'll maybe drill one more hole a little bit further out to see if it's consistent. And that'll give you a pretty good idea of what it's like out here. I'd just like to warn you that there's a lot of spots out here that are very thin. And the reason for that is because they had snow on them longer. Even in the south, in Cook's Bay and Lefroy, in those areas there where we found 6 and 7 inches of ice, you could go 200 yards and find 2 inches of ice where the snow had mounted up and it just didn't freeze. There was enough insulation. So anybody planning on coming out here New Year's day, better be extremely cautious. Okay, so we're only about another 40 yards out from the last hole, so we'll drill another hole here. Ah, perfect. So, pretty well the same. Maybe slightly better quality ice. It's about 3 inches of black ice, inch to 1.5 inches of reasonably good ice, and then again this stuff on this surface here, as long as it stays freezing cold, might give some support to it, but not great ice. Maybe walkable for those that are extremely cautious for New Year's Day. So that concludes our ice test for Bear Point.
Next we moved to the southeast side of Big Bay Point and tested the ice there. Usually in the winter this area here is ridden with pressure cracks, and already there's cracks developing along here. You can notice the crack turning all the way into the shoreline and heading off the point straight out into the lake. Heading south of here down to Cook's Bay, there's now a double pressure crack already in this early ice.
Okay, we're now at Big Bay Point, another popular place. As you can see, there's a pressure crack here, and that just actually closed about 5 inches while we were here, and a few of us jumped up, I'll tell you, when we were coming across it. So we'll drill a couple of holes out here. The ice looks to be about the same condition as it was around the corner at Bear Point, but we'll drill some holes anyway. Do a little dance. Can do it now. So we have a total of 5 inches of ice. We have about 1.5 inches of black ice, and the rest of it isn't that good either. It's not that great ice here. Let me do that again. Okay, so actually we have about almost 3 inches of black ice and another inch of so-so ice, and then this, again, this compressed ice, compressed snow on the top that froze last night. We'll go out and drill one more hole. We're not going to venture out through too far. It's probably not the place to be. So we have about 3 inches of black ice and another inch of pretty good ice out here, and then this surface compressed snow. So that condition has improved only slightly from a few yards in, and it's going to be inconsistent throughout the whole area, because where we have snow mounds, you could end up with 1 inch of ice because that snow is going to insulate the ice. So if you do plan on coming out here on the opening, be extremely careful and make sure you're with somebody, walk apart, and remember, accidents are a matter of conditioning. You get too comfortable and all of a sudden you find a thin spot. Be safe out there.
We'd like to take this opportunity to wish everybody a very happy, healthy, and prosperous new year, and please stay safe on the hard water.